Neville Secondus, a planet forgotten by the Imperium since the opening of the Great Rift, is the centre point of this Crusade campaign. The Leagues of Votann have arrived on this planet, once inhabited by the Astra Militarum. What will they discover on this forgotten planet? The Votann, now having established a base upon this planet, are trying to delve into its secrets. As they explore the mountain range, they uncover a large open chamber, its roof long caved in. Etched on the walls of this chamber are demonic images. It really is an eerie place. On the far end of the chamber, there is what appears to be a portal. As the research team investigate this portal, it comes to life. A foul stench erupts from the portal, unleashing Chaos Demons. Nurgle Chaos Daemons. So here we are in this evil chamber high in the mountains. We have the forces of the Votann. They have been tinkering with things that should not be tinkered with. In this case, a chaos gate, which has erupted and has spawned demons. Demons in the shape of Nurgle. So we've got the initial armies here. Matt is commanding the demons of Nurgle, whilst Jay has the forces of the Votann. So the Votann objective is to hold out against the incoming Nurgle horde. To do this, they must survive 5 turns. They do have an agenda. To gain some more experience, they can perform an action on this resource point. For the demons of Nurgle, their objective is to wipe out the Votann. They also have an agenda. They need to perform an action on this gate to send forth chaos messages. Now, for this battle, we have got 50 power level of Nurgle starting on the board. However, each time a Nurgle unit is destroyed, that is not the end of them, because in Matt's next turn, he will be able to bring them on from a random board edge. So I'll either the far board edge over there, his home deployment zone here, or this board over here. So I'm going to roll randomly for that. As and when that happens. Jay needs to keep 50% of his army alive for these 5 turns. So I think without any further ado, we see how well the Votann can survive this chaos incursion. Let's roll some dice. So in this battle, Jay is going to be taking the first turn with his Votann, but before Jay gets to do anything, Matt gets to roll for his Warp Storm.
Yeah, so I roll 8 dice. Each 4+ gives me a charge to spend on cool stuff. So that is 4 Warp Storm points.
Okay, right, so before the game begins, the Hernkin Pioneers are able to make like a pre-game move, 12 inches. They have to stay outside of 9 inches of the enemy. These Nurglings have got quite close. They're already 9 inches away, so what I'm going to do is just move these round so we get a few more shots on them. In fact, we could move them back slightly as well, couldn't we, to make any charges a bit harder. There we go. And then it's our command phase, so the Khaleesi, Freya the First, is able to cast her judging gaze over an enemy unit and give them a judgment token. And I think I'm going to put it down on the Great Unclean One.
That seems very rude.
Has he got a name?
He has got a name. I can't remember what it is right now.
It's Rotbile.
Dead. That's what his name's going to be. Okay, so not moved the Neo-Carrot conglomerate too far. Lagerford, the Iron Hair champion, has moved into the breach there to stop any charges coming in on my flank. We've moved one unit of Hearthkin warriors, forward to get into range with their Iron Blasters. Grumney has moved slightly forward, also to gain range with his Graviton rifle. And that is it.
So, at the start of the shooting phase, I'm not keen on all those Votann guns trained on me. So I'm going to spend 3 of my 4 Warp Storm points to make the entire cavern fill with darkness. The Votann's aim wavers a little bit. Essentially, the entire army is -1 to hit if it's more than 12 inches away from a demon.
Okay, so we're going to open up the shooting on the left flank here. Inner Starflight and her Hernkin Pioneers are going to open up against these Nurglings that are creeping close on this side. Now, they get a lot of shots, but they are suffering from -1 to hit from the Nurglings' innate ability. Some flies flying around or something. So we're going to open up first with the shotguns. So 2 of them are in range with the shotguns. They get 2 shots, hitting on 4s. So that's 2 hits. And they are strength 5.
Toughness 3.
So 3s. So 1 wound has got through at AP -1.
So AP doesn't matter for demons. Now Nurglings only get a 5+ demon save, which they fail. How much damage is that, Jay?
Just 1 damage.
First wound taken on the Nurglings.
We then have 9 Magna Coil autocannon shots. So again, these are hitting on 4s. And they are strength 7, so they are wounded on 2s.
Ouch.
So that is 4 wounds, and those guys
4
are
wounds?
AP -1 as well.
Again, doesn't matter. 5+ saves for the demons. They save 2 of them. How much damage are they?
It's 2 damage each for those.
2 damage each. So that kills one of the bases of Nurglings.
Splat.
And then we have another 9 shots from the Hylar's Rotary Cannon. Again, hitting on 4s. And look at all these save. Oh, there's a judgment thing on there. And these are strength 6, so again, wounds on 2s. So that is 3, but you don't care about the AP. So.
3 5+ demon saves. Nope. How much damage are they?
1 damage each.
Cool. We've got a wound left on one of them bases. So they've taken a bit of a battering there.
But they're still alive. Okay, next up, we're gonna Valet's Gift, the Hecaton Land Fortress, is gonna open up against the Great Unclean One.
Wow, before you do that, I'm going to spend 2 command points for Revolting Constitution. That put me down to 5 command points, but it means that you can only wound him on a 4+.
Okie doke. So we'll open up first with the 2 Iron Beamers. So again, these are hitting on a 4+ because of the -1 to hit. So it's hit once, and it's strength 6. So I think it strength 7. So a 5+. So that's a wound.
Okay, and then the 4+ demon save is a 4. He saves it.
Okay. Then we've got the bolt cannons, which are hunter free. So these are 6 shots from the 2 bolt cannons. Hit on 4. So that's 2 wounds from the judgment token. 2 hits, which will need 5 at strength 6. So another wound. So that's 3 wounds from the cannons.
So 3 4+ demon saves. Fails him. How much damage is that?
That's 2 damage each.
So he has taken 6 damage.
Then we've got the 6 shots from the Mate autocannon. It's like a orc battle wagon, the amount of shots on here. So 4s to hit again. So that's 2 more wounds.
2 more wounds.
And these are strength 7 as well, so 5s.
Wow.
4 wounds in total.
Rolling well.
4 wounds. Again, we've got the 4+ demon saves. He makes 2 of them.
That's another 2 damage each.
2 damage each. He's down to 12 wounds.
And then we come to the Magna Rail Cannon. which I think what we're going to do here to try and do as much damage as we can, we'll use a stratagem, which is Hunter's Mark. Cost me 1 CP. I do not need to roll to hit, but of course I do still need to roll to wound. And he doesn't wound.
But the demon's taking a load of damage there. He's down to 12 wounds for his initial 22.
Okay, so it bleeds, but it's not dead. So what we're going to do now is...
Imagine how much that must smell.
Terrible. Especially in this contained cave.
As long as it stays over there. So Thurk, Keen Shot, the Ironkin, the Brockier Thunderkin, they're going to open up with their Graviton Blast Cannons into the Great Unclean One as well. So these get D6 shots each. So we've got 10 shots there. And these ones have been augmented by Grungni, the Brockier Ironmaster there. So the -1 to hit is sort of negated. So we're looking for freeze now to hit. We've got 1 wound. And then these are strength 5. So looking for 5s again. Oh, pretty good. So that is 1, 2, 3, 5 wounds, Matt.
5 wounds, so 5 more 4+ demon saves. It makes 2 of them. How much damage are they?
They are... What's your armour save? You don't have an armour save,
I don't
do you?
have armor save.
So they're just 2 damage each.
So he's got 6 wounds left.
Khaleesi, Freya the Fierce then, is going to shoot her Autop Patting Combi Bolter into the Nurglings on the right flank. So she gets 4 shots. She's ballistic skill 2. With the -1 to hit, she's looking for freeze. So she's hit 3 times. She is strength 4, so she needs freeze again. So there's 2 wounds on the Nurglings on the right flank.
2 5+ saves on the Nurglings. No, how much damage are they?
Just 1 damage each.
Ooh.
Okay, Lagerford Rock Hewitt, the Ironhair champion, is also going to open up with her Autop Patting Combi Bolter into the same unit of Nurglings. So she's also hitting on a 3+. Not very well.
Oof.
So 1 got through, and 3+ to wound, so it's 1 wound.
1 5+ demon save, and that is a 6. The Nurglings are being quite resilient here.
Doing what they do best.
Okay, right, we're going to open fire with some Hearthkin warriors. This is Thane-Pem the Stoic squad, armed with Autop Pattern bolters and a mag rail. So the mag rail is actually going to fire at the soul grinder across the battlefield there, but the bolters are going to fire into those Nurglings on the right flank. So we'll start with the mag rail first. It gets 1 shot, again hitting on a 4+. It's missed. Okay, so it looks like the mag rails need a bit more charge before they're going to start doing some damage. So we're firing now the Autop Pattern bolters into the squad. So there's going to be 18 shots into the Nurgling squad. There's 16 dice here, so we'll do these ones first. Now then, the Leagues of Votann have a really cool piece of war gear, this comms unit, which allows them to be in range of their Khaleesi from within 24 inches, not just 6, which allows me to re-roll those ones. So we'll re-roll those. These are all misses, but I get to make 2 more shots because I get 18 shots in total. I can re-roll that one. So these ones are the re-rolls. Okay, these are all strength 4, so I need freeze to wound. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds there, Matt, on the Nurglings.
Okay, so we've got 6 5+ demon saves. These 1 damage each.
1 damage each, yeah.
So he saves 2 of them, takes 4 damage though. So that kills a base and puts 2 wounds on the other base.
Good job, guys.
Well done. Okay, the second squad of Hearthkin warriors, Tok Delvik squad, are going to open fire into the plague bearers there on the other side of the battlefield. So these are equipped with iron blasters, which get 1 shot each. So we'll use these first. Again, these are hitting on 4s due to the -1 to hit. They can reroll 1s. Okay, these are strength 5.
So 4 to wound.
4 to wound, so that is 2 wounds.
2 4+ demon saves on the plague bearers. Makes 1 of them. How much damage are they?
2 damage.
Kills a plague bearer.
And then the L7 missile launcher is going to fire its blast. So he gets, it will be 3 shots. These are, well, they need to hit first, don't they, actually? So let's see, they can reroll 1s. So 2 hits, and these are strength 5, so 4s, 1 wound.
Again, another 4+ demon save. They do not make. How much
Just
damage?
1 damage from
One
that.
damage.
And I've got 1 more unit left to fire. That is Grumney Ironwork, the Brockier Ironmaster, armed with the Graviton rifle. He's just in range of the Great Unclean One with my Votann League that I'm using. The Great Unclean One's pretty badly damaged at the moment. I think if I can do 1 more wound to it, I will slow it down. So I don't really want to kill it because then it'll be summoned up quite close to my lines in the following turn. So I want to just try and slow it down. So we're hoping to just chip off another wound or 2 with his shots. So he's hit on 2+ normally, but it's obviously going to be 3+ now. Okay, so he's done 2 automatic wounds, and he's hit. This is strength 5, so he needs a 5+. Okay, cool. So that's just 2 wounds, Matt.
2 4+ saves. He makes 1 of them.
Whoa, 2 damage.
He's down to 4 wounds, which critically puts him on his bottom tier of his profile.
Okay, so that's all my shooting done. I was contemplating a few charges here. Like for Rockua, the Iron Hair champion there could charge out into those Nurglings, but she's not. She's going to stay and hold that breach in the fortifications there.
She does look pretty epic there, to be fair.
Come at her.
How do you think the turn's gone then, Jay?
Yeah, no, I think that's okay. Obviously, we've killed 2 Nurglings and severely wounded a Great Unclean One, which I think was pretty good.
Yeah, well, see, the Nurglings have both lost a base, so there is a potential that they run. So the unit down here on a 6, they're fine, and the unit on the far flank are also fine.
Oh, you play Barrows?
They can't fail, Jay.
Oh, you can't fail.
So, going into my first turn, and it's not too bad, I've not lost many models. The Great Unclean One is heavily wounded, which is a bit of a concern, but he'll walk it off, it'll be fine. In the command phase, the Poxbringer needs to pick a unit to give +1 damage on a wound of a 6. Has to be on a core unit within 6, so it's going to have to go on these Plague Bearers here. As for the turn, we're basically just going to try and move things forward. My ranged units, the Great Unclean One and the Soul Grinder, might be able to get some shots off at the Dwarfs, but really we just want to close the distance so we get some charges off next turn, hopefully. So, really, I needed to close some distance. He can't move very fast, the Great Unclean One. So, my logic was run up, get some shooting off before he dies and returns to the warp. He's obviously got a bit of a sprint on because he managed to run like 6 inches. So, yeah, he's closed the distance.
I wish I finished him off now.
Yeah, well, yeah, at least he can't charge you this turn. But he might be able to vomit on you, which should be unpleasant. The Nurglings have kind of gone around for a highly coordinated pincer attack where they'll probably get killed on Overwatch, but it's fine, they don't care. And the rest of the Nurgle units have advanced. Soul Grinder has just moved, hoping that he can do a longbow charge on maybe them chaps there. So onto the Psychic phase, we've got some Psychic powers, which Jay has got no resistance against, which surprises me. I thought they'd have some kind of like anti-Psychic unit.
No, they do. The Grimnir hasn't joined this expedition into the Chaos Caverns.
That's unfortunate for you. So this guy is basically going to try and buff my unit of Plague Bearers here with Virulent Blessing. Goes off on a 6, and I'll add 1 to their damage characteristic, which is pretty tasty. So does it go off? On a 5, it does not go off. So thankfully they're not damaged to Plague Bearers. Unfortunately, the Great Unclean One hasn't cast yet. He's going to, again, try and buff that unit because they are in range to make a longbow charge here, and they might be a bit of a linchpin of the army. So he's going to try and put Fleshy Abundance on them, which will make them toughness 6, which even the Votann will struggle to chew through then. This goes off on a 7. Goes off on an 8. So those Plague Bearers are toughness 6. And finally, he's going to try and do a little bit of damage. Now, unfortunately, and very luckily for Jay that he slowed him down, Nurgle's Rot hits everything within 6 inches. If Jay hadn't chipped off that last wound, I'd have probably been here and been able to hit a few more units. As it is, I can only hit these. It goes off on a 7, and basically I roll 2d6. If I beat their toughness, they take d3 mortal wounds. If I double their toughness, they take d6 mortal wounds. So you don't want this guy close to your next turn. So a 7. It does go off on a 7. So now I need to roll to beat their toughness and try and double it if I can. Double 6.
Oh!
So they take d6 mortal wounds as they start vomiting and flies and maggots start crawling over them. 1 mortal wound. Phew!
Of course, remembering that with this this narrative crusade, we're not allowing rerolls, so unfortunately Matt's going to have to stick with that 1 mortal wound.
So what we're going to do is open fire, but I don't think this guy's got long left for this world, so he's just going to open up on this unit of dwarfs here. Space dwarfs, that is. So he's got a flail. So this is assault D6 plus 3.
So -1 to hit.
So 6 shots. So this will be hitting on 4s with a -1 to hit. -1. Oh yeah.
Fair running.
This will be 4s on the -1 to hit. So that is 2 hits. It is strength 7. What's the toughness of a Votann?
The kin are strength 4.
So 3 is to
Toughness
wound.
4.
That is 1 wound at AP -3, 2 damage.
So they get a 5+ invulnerable save, which they failed.
1 more dead. And then finally, he's going to vomit on them with D6 also hits. 5 also hits. This is strength 5, so 3s. That is 4 saves to make at -2.
So we go for their 5+ invulnerable save again. So saved 1 of them.
4 die. Well, I'm pretty happy with that. We're starting to thin out the dwarf lines there. Next up, we're going to go with the Soul Grinder. Now, he doesn't like the look of those big fellas with massive guns in front of them because they did quite a bit of damage. So he's going to open up with his Harvester Cannon and his Phlegm Bombardment at that unit and try and kill him if he can.
Phlegm Bombardment has to be one of the nastiest, grimmest sounding weapons in the game.
It's not going to be pleasant, is it? So, we're going to open up with the Phlegm Bombardment first. So this is heavy D6. It gets 2 shots. And it is hitting on 3s. So that is 2 hits. It is strength 8J.
Toughness 4.
So 2s to wound these guys.
Toughness 5. Toughness 5.
3s to wound those guys. So 1 is wounded. AP -2, 3 damage.
So this will be a 5+ invulnerable save again. So he's okay.
And then his Harvester Cannon gets 6 shots. Again hitting on 3s. That's a better shot from them.
Ooh.
5 hits. This one's strength 7, so 3 is again to wound. That is 4 wounds. AP -1, 2 damage each.
Okay, so 4+ save. How many? 4. So this will be a 4+ save. So we save 3 of them.
2 damage each.
So 1 has got 1 wound left.
Well, there's a valiant effort. So moving on to the charge phase, I just want to get units within range now to try and pin down the dwarfs and lessen the number of shots I've got coming at me. Jay's probably going to overwatch for something. I'll probably lose some Nurglings, but they're only Nurglings and they'll be back anyway. So we're going to start with this unit first. 4 inches easily gets them in range of, what's her name? Agatha Christie.
Lagerford Rockhewer.
And then the unit of Nurglings over here is going to try and charge the bikes. 7-inch charge. They might be out of range there. They're in Overwatch.
They were going to Overwatch, yes. I think you are in range though.
We're just in range.
Yeah. So we will Overwatch. They get a lot of shots. So we'll open up first with their shotguns. Looking for 6s. No 6s with the shotguns. We'll then go with their Magna Coil autocannons. Again, looking for 6s. So we've got a couple of 6s there.
Nice.
These are strength 7, I believe.
2s.
So that's 3 wounds.
So 3 demon saves to make a 5+. They make 1 of them. How much damage is?
That is 2 damage each.
So that one kills him, and he's got 2 wounds. But is there any guns left?
I've got 1 gun left, which is the big cannon on the top, the Hylas rotary cannon. 4 hits. These are strength 6.
So 2s.
It's 4 wounds.
4 wounds. Can we make some demon saves? 5+. No, he's obliterated.
Goodbye, Nurgling.
So we've got some longbow charges, but again, I need to get bodies in, so we've got to give it a go. The Plague Hulk is going to try a charge on these guys because he doesn't like the look of them. That is a 10-inch charge. So let's see if he can do it. He cannot do it, but I'm not deterred because the Plague Bear is going to try a 12-inch charge against the same unit. Death or glory. And that's not a 12-inch charge either. Can I kill him with Plague Bearers?
So you're -1 to wound me
Oh, what is that?
from her ram shield, and also she subtracts 1 from all the damage she takes.
They do 1 damage, they wound you on 4s, they're terrible.
Yeah.
So the Nurglings are terrible, but they're going to try and take some chunks out of this punk on the flank. So they are hitting on 4s, which is not bad to be fair. We've actually got quite a few hits. Now unfortunately, because of Agatha Christie's here ability.
Kin technology.
They're only wounding on
Toughness 5.
toughness 5, so the strength 2, so there'll be 5s, there'll be 6s.
No, it'll be 6s. Flat 1 is double. Strength 2 against double.
Yeah, so 6s to wound, nothing.
Okay, Lagva is armed with a mass hammer, so she gets 4 attacks. She would be hitting on 2s, but it's -1 with her hammer, so 3s. So she's hit twice. This is strength 10.
2s.
She's wounded twice.
Awesome. In close combat, they've only got 6+ demon save. They make one of them. How much damage is that?
It will be D3 plus 3.
So 3 damage,
5 damage.
Okay, so that was an okay turn. I've obviously not got many demons in, but we have massively thinned out this unit, who may run away in a second. What we do first, though, is just see if that guy runs on a 6. He does not, so that's quite good. I've got that combat pin down there. The big one's this here, Jay. I think with the -1 bravery for being near a demon, I think you need a 1 or a 2 to pass this.
Hey!
So they've steeled themselves against the demonic hordes, and that's probably a good job, because that's a big chunk of your army if they ran off.
It is, yeah.
So going into the second battle round, I need to see what warp charge I get. I could do with getting a high result here, because I want 5 so I can heal my demons. Ooh, that's 4.
Okay, so turn 2, we get another command point map. I've got a few abilities to use in the command phase again. So obviously, Free the Fierce is able to cast a judging gaze over an enemy unit, and I think this time the thing I've got to try and sort of neutralise is the Soul Grinder. So we're going to put a judgment token on the Soul Grinder.
Boo.
The next command ability I'm going to use is Grumney Ironworker's buff. So he can choose the Thunderkin or the Hekaton Land Fortress. And I'm thinking at this point, the Hekaton Land Fortress is going to be the better option. So the Hekaton Land Fortress will be +1 to hit. And last but not least, I'm going to spend a command point on Combat Surgery. So the medic in this unit that took a battering in the previous turn is able to revive D3 models to the unit. So we get 2 models back.
Ooh, that's resilient, disgustingly so, some would say.
Okay, so some valiant kin have stepped into the breach at the front here. So the Thunderkin unit, 13 shot. He's moved into a sort of defensive position across these ruined walls here to make room for Valer's Gift to creep around the corner and get a shot off at the Soul Grinder, hopefully. The unit of half-kin warriors there that have quickly bandaged up their wounded have now moved into the breach as well, ahead of this great unclean one. And then we've had a little bit of a shuffle in the middle here to get some more shots off at the horde of Nurgle that are coming through the centre bit there. And on the left flank, the Hernkin Pioneers have zipped around the building. They've also got some line of fire here on the Soul Grinder. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Hernkin Pioneer squad on the left flank here. They're going to shoot at the Soul Grinder. So only their sort of mag coil autocannons and high-las rotary cannons are in range. So we'll open up first with the mag coil autocannons. 3 shots hit. These are hitting on 3s this time because there's no -1 to hit shenanigans. So we've got a couple of automatic wounds there, courtesy of the judgment token. These are hit, and these can also reroll ones to hit for being within 24 inches of the Khaleesi. Still roll a 1. These are strength 7.
Toughness 9.
So 5s to wound, so that will be 4 wounds, please, Matt.
So 4 demon saves on 4+. They save 3 of them. How much damage is that?
Oh, nice one. 2 damage then in total.
2 damage, cool.
And then we've got 9 shots from the high-las rotary cannon. Again, hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. Okay, no auto wounds this time. We get to reroll a couple of 1s. So that's going to be 8 hits. And these are strength 6, so 5s again. A few wounds there. So that is 4 wounds.
So 4+ demon saves. They failed them all this time. How much damage is that?
Oh, unfortunately, that one was only 1 damage each. So
down to 10 wounds on the Soul Grinder.
And then, at the end of their shooting, we will use a stratagem, light them up, for 1 CP, which allows them to use their searchlights to put another judgment token on that unit.
That doesn't sound good. So what's the benefit of having 2 judgment tokens on a unit?
This would mean any to hit roll of a 5+ would cause an automatic wound rather than a
nice.
6+.
Cool. Is that a cumulative ability you can do during the game now?
Yeah, so you can get up to 3 judgment tokens on each enemy unit. And in normal match play games, there's more opportunity to dish out judgment tokens and there's some upgrades and things like this, but I'm happy with that. Okay, the next unit to fire will be the Thunderkin, also into the Soul Grinder. So they get D6 shots each with their Graviton rifles. Graviton blast cannon, in fact. So we're getting 9 shots. And they're looking for 3s to hit, but of course now 5s to hit will be a wound.
So with that though, I am going to use Swarming Flies for 2 command points. Makes you -1 to hit. Because I'm a bit concerned that he's going to go splat here.
So we've got 2 automatic wounds, and then only 1 other wound, and they're out of range. They don't have any.
Do they get the
comms
reroll
units.
of what then?
No, they don't have any special comms units. So here, nope. So just 2 wounds there, Matt.
How much damage do these do?
2 damage each. Oh, what's your armor save?
It's a 4+ demon save.
So yeah, just 2 damage each.
You save them both.
Okay. The unit we're going to fire with is the Hearthkin Warrior Squad there with their Iron Blasters. They're going to fire into those Plague Bearers over there. So they're looking for 3s to hit with their Iron Blasters. These guys can reroll 1s to wound. So that is all hits. These are strength 5, and I think it's toughness 6 now.
Yeah.
Looking for 5s. So just 2 got through.
Okay, so 2 4+ demon saves. 1 goes through. How much damage is that?
2 damage.
So 1 plague bearer. There's only 1 wounded. He dies.
Okay, Valea's Gift is going to split fire, Dave's favourite strategy. We're going to fire the Heavy Mag Rail Cannon into the Soul Grinder and the Autarch Pattern Bolters, or the Bolt Cannon, sorry. And then the Iron Beamers and Mater Cannon are going to fire into the Plague Bearers over there. So we'll start with the Bolt Cannons into the Soul Grinder. So this is hitting on a 2+ now.
Is that with a -1 to hit for the?
Oh, have you got a -1 to hit? Sorry. So it's 3+ to hit. So he's missed double times, but he's done 2 wounds on the Soul Cannon.
2 wounds. So
Soul
4+ demon save makes 1 of them. How much damage is that?
2 damage.
So he's got 8 wounds left.
And then the Mag Rail Cannon, which we will use a strat, I think, to make sure it hits. So it's hit.
How many command points was that?
1 command
1
point.
command point.
Hunter's Mark. And now I just need to... No, we'll just chance it. We'll just chance it.
So not spending a CP.
Oh, I should have used a CP. And then what we've got next then is the Iron Beamers into the Plague Bearers. So that is 3 hits. These are strength 7, so 3s. So 3 wounds on the Plague Bearers.
3 4+ demon saves. Past 1, how much damage is these?
2 damage each.
So 2 plague bearers die.
That's that. Oh, and the Mater Cannon into the Plague Bearers as well, actually. Which is 6 more shots. Hitting on 2s. All hits. These are strength 6, so 4s. So just 2 wounds.
2 4+ demon saves. Makes 1 of them. How much damage is that?
Oh no, they were strength 7 actually. So it would have been 3. So 1 more. So 1 more save we need to make.
1 more save. So 2 saves. How much damage are
2
they?
damage.
So 1 more plague bearer dies.
Splat.
Okay, Grungni Ironworker is going to fire his Graviton rifle into the Plague Bearers as well. These are 3 shots hitting on a 2+. So that's 2 hits, and these are strength 5, so I need 5s to wound, so that's 1 wound.
4+ demon save. He makes it.
Next we're going to fire with the second unit of Hearthkin Warriors. They're going to shoot everything at the Soul Grinder.
You're not a fan of this Soul Grinder, are you?
No, it's got big claws. So these need 3s to hit, but these guys can reroll 1s. Need 4s to hit, -1 to hit.
-1 to hit, yeah.
So I can reroll 1s, that's a wound. And we can reroll this one. That's another wound. And then so it's 2 wounds and another 9 shots. 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds. And reroll these ones. No, and it's just 2 hits. So we've got 5 wounds so far, and then 2 hits.
Yep,
Strength 4, so 6s. So nothing. So it's going to be 5 wounds.
How much damage are these?
Just 1 damage.
Okay, so 4 plus demon save. Save 3 of them. It's down to 6 wounds.
And then we get the mag rail, which will use the CP to automatically hit. As soon as I didn't do it last time, and it backfired on me. So
this is where
CP.
Down to 3 CP. We've hit. I just need to wound, and the strength of this one is strength 9, so a 4 plus. Oh!
He's done it again.
The
Second
mag
time
rails
he's
have
used
not
our
done
stratagem.
Okay, so the last unit to fire is my Warlord, Freya the Fierce, the Khaleesi. She's going to open fire with her Autarch Combi Bolter on the Soul Grinder. Matt has just informed me that if I can do, was it 1 more wound?
2 more wounds to Soul Grinder, he'll be on his bottom tier.
Okay, so here we go. So she's hitting on 2s.
-1, 3s.
Hitting on 3s, that's an automatic wound. And 2 hits. She needs 6s. Oh, nothing, just 1 wound.
How much damage does this do?
Only 1 damage.
So 4 plus demon save makes it. But it's a good effort. If you that would have reduced into hitting on 5s in combat and shooting, which is a big win for you.
I've been told that offense is the best defense. So I'm going to try and neutralise the Soul Grinder by charging in the Thunderkin. They are 7 inches away, so I need a 7 on a charge. They don't get it.
Ooh.
Not as keen as you, Jay.
So I think what we'll try and do is charge in a 9-inch charge off.
Oh, you're not charging the great and clean one?
No, we may charge the great and clean one. How many wounds does the great and clean one
He's
got?
got 4 wounds left.
Oh, could they do it? Right, we're going to charge. Oh, but you're just going to overwatch me and do a ton of damage to me. What is that thing? What strength and toughness and...
So he's got a Plague Flail, Assault D6 plus 3, Strength 7, AP minus 3, 2 damage. And it vomits on you, D6 auto hit, Strength 5, AP minus 2, 1 damage.
I might not have enough dwarfs left to do the damage. But they're probably more likely to get in combat with a great and clean one than I am with a... We're going to charge a great and clean one.
Okay, so he will try and shoot you with his vomits and stuff. So first with his Plague Flail, gets D6 plus 3 attacks, so 4 attacks. Hit on 6s. He is hit with a flail, amazingly. Strength 7.
Toughness 4.
So 3 plus. He has wounded, AP minus 3, 2 damage.
He's okay.
Oh wow, I've got a 2 plus save.
5 plus invulnerable save.
Oh wow, nice. And then the vomit is Assault D6. 5 auto hits. Strength 5, so 3s. That is not very good. What was the 1s and 2s?
Oh dear.
Okay, so I've got to roll a 3 to get in. And with no re-rolls, curse this mission. Oh, phew, they're in, they're in.
They are moving into combat.
So, the Halfkin Warriors have found themselves in combat with a great unclean one. Valiant dwarfs there. They get quite a lot of attacks actually. I mean, they're no Space Marine intercessors, but they're not too bad. So the regular Halfkin Warriors are going to attack with their... Well, they've got like plasma knives or something. So they're hitting on 3s. They can reroll 1s because of their comms unit. And of course, any 6s is an automatic wound. So we've got 1 automatic wound and a couple of 1s there to reroll. Okay. And then we're looking for 6s, I guess, now.
9, yeah.
So nothing from that, so just 1 wound through from the...
So in close combat, Nurgle Demons only got a 5 plus save. So you're more likely to wound them in combat. So 5 plus, it goes through. How much damage?
Just 1 damage, it's just a regular melee.
It's got 3 wounds left. Any more attacks?
Yes, we've got the Plasma Axe. So this is 3 hits. So it's 2 hits. This is Strength 5. So we'll be winning on a 5. Nothing though.
Ooh, unfortunate. So, well, the Great and Clean one is going to slap you back. He has got a bile sword, so he can use either as a kind of high damage, high strength one, or he can sweeping blow. As your puny little dwarfs, he's going to do a sweeping blow to double his attacks because he is on his bottom tier now, so he might not be great here. So 8 attacks, he'll be hitting on 4s. I mean, that's an alright roll. He's hit 5 times. That is Strength 7. So 3 is to wound. That is 4 wounds at -3.
Looking for a 5+ save.
On his in, Von.
We've saved 2 of them.
2 dead dwarfs. Now, we do get some Nurglings though, and it's all about the Nurglings. So they get to hit you 7 attacks at a mighty strength 2. So hitting on 4s, 1 hit from the mighty Nurglings, strength 2, toughness 4,
Yes.
6 to wound. The Nurgling has not wounded, unfortunately. So the mighty Nurglings are going to try and get some vengeance on this character who killed one of their number in the previous turn. They're not very good. They're hitting on 4s. Ooh, we did roll a 6, however. An unmodified hit roll of a 6 automatically wounds. We have got a wound, and then we're wounding on 6s. Not quite as efficient as the dwarves. That is 1 wound, no rend.
So 2+ armour. There, she's okay. Then she gets to try and wallop you back with her mass hammer. These are hit on 2s normally, -1 to hit for being a mass hammer. There's a nice relic, I think, actually, which you can upgrade. Makes the mass hammer quite nice. Strength 10, 2s to splat a Nurgling. That's 2 wounds on the Nurgling.
So 6+ save for the Nurglings in combat. They saved 1. How much damage is that?
It will be 3 + D3.
That kills the Nurgling base.
5.
Splat.
Okay, so the demons are getting closer. There's a nice sort of thin blue line there holding them off for the time being. We do have to take some morale tests on the Hearthkin warriors there. So they've lost 2 models this turn. Leadership 8, so I think on a -1 though for being within 6 inches of a Nurgle demon. So we're looking basically anything other than a 1. We're okay.
And the Plague Bearers, they've also taken some casualties. They've got leadership 8 with their banner. They've lost 4. So a 5 or 6 will fail this. They do fail it, so 1 runs away, and then we roll 4 dice, and each one, an additional Nurgling will run away. 1 more demon disappears back into the warp, leaving 3.
So it's the beginning of Matt's turn 2, and before we do anything else, Matt has lost 2 units of Nurgling, so he's going to roll to see where they appear. They're going to appear on the board edge of whatever he rolls. So that edge up there is 1 to 2, 3 to 4 for that edge, 5 to 6 for this one. So for your first unit of Nurglings, Matt.
Nurgling unit number 1 is a 4.
So they are going to be on your deployment
go,
edge.
Yeah, they're going to go there. And then the second unit of Nurglings is 2.
So they're going to go onto that board edge, potentially to harass those pioneers once more.
Maybe, yeah.
So they're starting right on the edge of the battlefield. They will be able to move in the subsequent movement phase.
Of course, we're in the command phase. Unfortunately, this big unit of Nurglings is no more. So I'm going to put the extra damage on wounds of 6 on this unit here. So movement phase, we need to get some bodies in. I can be a bit careless with my demons since they're going to be coming back anyway. So we want to try and neutralise units because then we can minimise the effect of Jay's emergency repairs and bringing his guys back from the dead. Which sounds like necromancy to
Combat
me,
surgery.
but it's probably fine. The Nurglings over here are just going to try and harass those bikers, soak some Overwatch. They'll probably die, but it just pins them down for a turn, hopefully. And yeah, see what we can do. But now it is the best phase, the psychic phase. So going into the psychic phase, my Poxbringer is going to put a Virulent Blessing on them. Now, some people would say, why not you just use Smite and do some damage? That seems less fun to me. Plus, if he does then have to send in some of his big units, they're quite a threat then with damage 3 on them.
Like if a rock he was creeping around the corner.
Exactly, yeah. So it could be important. So this goes off on a 6. It goes off on a 10. So they are +1 damage, and they've got the +1 damage on wounds of 6 as well. So potentially lots of damage on them. The Great Unclean on himself is going to put Fleshy Abundance on the same unit to make them toughness 6. And that's suddenly a big scary unit of Plague Bearers. That has gone off on a 10. So they are fully buffed up. And then finally, he's going to do Nurgle's Wrath again to try and hit both of these units with some psychic shenanigans. This is the one that could potentially hurt Jay a little bit, because I don't think you've got much in the way of mortal wound defence. So this goes off on a 7. That is cocked, so I'm going to reroll that. Does not go off on a 4.
And no rerolls available.
Okay, so I may as well shoot at these guys. He's still Ballistic Skill 3, so I've got pretty good odds of hitting them. So with his flail, he gets D6 +3 shots. For a mighty 5 shots with his flail. Hit on 4s because of the -1. That's not bad. That is 3 hits. It is strength 7, so will be 3s to wounds. And we have wounded twice. AP -3, 2 damage.
Looking for 5+ in rubble saves. Save 1.
So 1 dies. And then the most grisly bit, the putrid vomit, gets D6, also hits. 2 also hits. Strength 5, wounded on 3s. 2 saves to make it -2.
So these will be 5+ as well. Nope, 2 more dead.
And they're slowly whittling them away.
How many have we got left there now?
Well, I have to be careful here because... Oh, I can pile them, can't I? So I'll be okay.
Yeah.
So 2 guys left, and yeah, dangerous coherency issues there. We're going to go immediately into the Plague Hulk, because this thing really wants to finish off that unit in front of them, because I don't really like them. They scare me a little bit. So we'll do the Harvester Cannon, which is heavy 6, sorry, for the Harvester Cannon. So he has taken a bit of damage. He's only middle tier. It's a shame Jay couldn't just peel off the last 2 wounds to make it hit on 5s, but it's hitting on 4s
And
at the minute.
at this point, I will use my stratagem because I have to use it when you declare a unit to shoot with. It's going to cost me 2 CP. Reactive reprisal. A Votann core unit is able to shoot back if they survive.
If they survive.
If they survive.
Well, that's exciting. Let's see if they survive. So 6 shots, hitting on 4s. 2 hits, that's not too bad. It is strength 7, however. So 3s to wound, toughness 5, are they?
Toughness 5 in there.
So 3s to wound. That is 2 at -1, 2 damage each.
So they ignore the -1 for their armour of contempt. So it's going to be a 3+ save. Oh, 1 got through.
2 damage.
Which will kill the chap at the back.
So then his phlegm bombardment is heavy D6. I only got 1 shot with this last time, so I could do some more. 4, that's better. That could sting a little bit. Again, hitting on 4s, which isn't great. 2 hits. It is strength 8, so wounded on 3s. That is 1 wound, AP -2, 3 damage. It could kill 1.
Okay, so the Void Armour, not Armour of Contempt. Void Armour will reduce this to AP 1, so 4+ save. No, he's got through.
3 damage.
That kills another one. I'm gonna leave the... No, sorry robot, you'll have to die. Okay,
One
so
left.
there's only 1 model left to fire back with. He gets D6 shots with his gun. 1.
He's obviously a little shaken by his friend on him.
This was a good use of 2 command points. Strength 5, so I think I need 5s. No.
So we're going to start with a charge over here for the Nurglings into the bikers. And yeah, they are easily in. Next, we're going to go in with the Plague Hulk. He's going to charge that lone guy with a gun to see if he can try and finish him off. Jay, imagine you want to open fire with him.
My last CP, let's try it. So he gets D6 shots. No, 2
More
shots.
shots, double the shots from last time.
Looking for 6s. No.
That's a shame, because obviously
Oh no, that's the hit, isn't it? Sorry, so I can
6s to hit.
miss, but I can reroll 1s. So try again. No, nothing.
So let's see if he makes the charge. Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like he is in. The Plague Bearers over here can't really fail. They're going to go in and charge that unit.
Definitely in.
And the Plague Bearers over here are going to do the same. No, they're out, but I think there's enough guys there to deal with this fight. So the Nurglings are going to go first. They're spectacularly... You know what? No. The start of the combat phase, I'm going to use my Warp Storm points, so my entire army gets +1 to hit.
Nice.
So the Nurglings now hit on 3+. We're looking for 6s here, really, to get through the armour. We've got a 6, which is pretty cool. I feel like I'm using your weapons against you, Jay. Unfortunately, only 3 hit out of all that. They are strength 2.
Toughness 5.
So 6s. 2 wounds from the Nurglings. No AP.
4+ save on the Pioneers. Oh, 1
The
wound.
Nurglings wound is something. That is a victory for the Nurglings. They get promoted.
Well done, Nurglings.
So next, I think we're going to go with the Plague Hulk. I think he's going to try and finish off this this poor guy here. It gets 5 attacks with its Iron Claw. So it is hitting you on 4s.
Is that with your +1 to hit?
No, it's hitting on 3s with +1 to hit. So 4 hits. This is strength 16.
Yeah, that's good. Toughness 5.
That's rude.
2s. That is 3 wounds. AP -3, D6 damage each.
Okay, so 5 pluses. Ah, save 1 of them.
So D6 damage each. That is 5 damage.
He's
He's
dead.
pretty good, isn't he? Now, does he get another judgment token for killing a unit?
He will get another judgment token for killing another unit.
So he's up to 3. That can't be good. Does that mean 4 pluses to hit auto wound then?
They do.
Wow, okay. That was potentially a mistake opening it up like that. We will then go with the unit of Plague Bearers that charged. Unfortunately, it wasn't my super buffed unit that charged. So we've got 3 attacks from the champion and 2 attacks from the other 2 guys. These guys are hitting on 3s due to my Warp Storm. That is all the hits. And a modified hit of 6 auto wounds. So that wounds. And then these are strength 4, toughness 4.
Toughness 4.
So 4 to wound. So that is 5 wounds, AP minus 2.
So this is going to be interesting then, because we're going to get to a different save. So I'll have to roll these on the regular unit first. AP minus 2, so it's going to be 5 plus. So the first one's dead. And then my Thane has a 4 plus invulnerable save and 2 wounds.
That's interesting.
But he still dies.
There we go. So we
we
managed to thin the first line of dwarves, but there's an awful lot left, isn't there? Now you might be able to kill these Nurglings with your bikes as well, so I think we'll be back to those in a moment.
Okay, so only 1 unit left to fight back with. It's the Pioneers, who will pile in against the Nurglings. They get quite a lot of attacks. So they get 3 attacks each, apart from the guy that's got 2 dwarfs on it, which gets an extra attack. These are hitting on 3s.
-1 for being Nurglings.
Hitting on 4s. They can reroll 1s. So we'll reroll those. And misses.
These Nurglings are really well since they came back from the dead.
It's hit, and we are strength 4.
A mighty toughness 3.
3s. So that is 5 wounds.
5 wounds in combat. These get a 6 plus save. No, they all go through. How much damage are they?
Just 1 damage each.
So that is a dead base of Nurglings and 3 wounds left on another base. So I think that was quite a good turn too. I managed to thin out some of the threats in the army. I think Jay's probably going to kill a few demons here, but he'll be banking on rolling a 3 or 4 in here. That pushes back the demons a little bit and potentially buys him enough time to win the game. One thing I do need to do is the battle shock on the Nurglings over there. On a 6, they'll start losing models. That is a 6, so 1 goes. And on a 1 or 2, the final base disappears. That also goes, so they disappear back into the warp. So into the 3rd battle round, and first thing we need to do is see how much Warp Storm I generate. Looking for a high number here. 4. It's been fairly, for Chaos, fairly reliable Warp Storm this game. So yeah, how are you looking to start of turn 3, Jay?
Okay, so we get a command point, which puts me on 1.
I'm up to 5.
Again, a couple of command phase actions to do. So Grumney Ironworker is going to put his +1 to hit buff on the Valea's Gift Hecaton Land Fortress, seeing as though the Thunderkin have disappeared. And then Frey the Fierce is going to dish out another Judgment token to a unit that she can see. So the Soul Grinder's maxed out. Those Plague Bearers there are on 3. Now, can she see? No, she can't see those Plague Bearers around the corner there, which is unfortunate, because that would be a good option for her. So I think what she's going to do instead...
See this guy?
Can she see him? No, there's a big, ugly, Great Unclean One in the way. So really the only options are the Great Unclean One and those Plague Bears. So I think we'll just put it on the Great Unclean One for now. This thing needs to die anyway. So let's put a 2 down there. Okay, so the Neocarrick Conglomerate are having to consolidate their position in the centre of the board. We've lost 2 units already. This is the 3rd turn. If I lose 2 more units, the demons will win. Valea's Gift, the Hecaton Land Fortress, has driven into the breach there, the gap there, to try and stop any demons from pouring into the sort of squishier dwarfs at the back. Lagertha has moved forward her eye on the Great Unclean One. Maybe she can finish that off with a successful charge this turn, we'll see. And then, unfortunately, the Land Fortress is blocking a lot of line of sight to some of the units that I really want to shoot. That unit of Plague Bearers that Matt's buffed up is a real problem for me, I think. So what I've done is I've moved my Hernkin Pioneers into the middle of the board. I'm quite conscious here that if I can kill a couple of units, there's a chance they're going to come up on the side here and be able to charge me straight away. So I wanted to try and make that a bit more difficult. So yeah, so we'll see how we get on in the shooting phase. Okay, so we're going to open up with the Hernkin Pioneers against that Soul Grinder. These guys get a lot of shots, so we're going to fire the bolt shotguns first. Of course, I think he's got 3 judgment tokens on, hasn't he?
Yes.
So basically any 4s here are going to be automatic wounds, but we need 3s to hit. So we've done
Four
four
wounds.
wounds with the bolt shotguns. They're AP -1, but it doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah, you see how great those judgment tokens are for getting around the high toughness of the soul grinder. We're looking for 4+ demon saves. He doesn't make any. How much damage there?
Just 1 damage a shot.
It is down to 2 wounds.
Yeah, and then we will open up with the Magna Coil autocannons. So there's 9 shots from the unit here. Again, 4s are going to be automatically wounding. 3s are going to be hitting. So we've got 5 wounds there and 3 hits. And another 2 wounds.
2 wounds.
So that's going to be 7 wounds in total.
I think you might have him, Jay. 4+ saves.
Yeah.
He dies. Now, important question. Does he explode? On a 6 he will explode, hitting everything within 6 inches, which is a lot of stuff at the minute. It does not explode.
Close, but not quite.
I'll
Goodbye.
go back to the warp
Soul
for now.
Grinder.
Okay, that's the Soul Grinder gone. The next unit on my priority list are those buffed up Nurgle Plague Bearers, because I think if they get the charging mats next turn, they're going to do a lot of damage to me. So I want to try and at least thin them down, if not destroy them. So to that end, I'm going to fire Valea's Gift, the Hackathon Land Fortress, into them. So we'll start with the bolt cannons. So there's 6 of these. These are hitting on 2s actually, because they've got the Grumney's buffs on them. So 2 pluses. So we've hit 5 times. These are strength 6.
Yep, toughness 6 these will be.
So 4s. So that's 2 wounds from the bolt cannons.
Okay, so that's 4+ demon saves. Make both of them.
Both of them. Okay. Then we've got the beamers. Again, hitting on 2s. These are wounded. These are strength 7, so these will be wounding on 3s. So that's 3 wounds with the beamers.
3 4+ saves to make. Make one of them.
Okay, so there's 2 damage each.
So that is 2 dead plague bearers.
Splat.
We've then got the Mater autocannon, again hitting on 2s. 2 misses there, and these are strength 7 as well. So these will be hitting on wounds on 3s. So 2 more wounds there, Matt.
2 more 4+ saves. We make one of them. How much damage are they?
Another 2 damage.
2 damage, another dead plague bearer.
And then we have the heavy Magna Rail Cannon. And really what I'm looking for here is a hit and then a 6 to wound. So the damage can spill over, but we'll see. So we've hit, and then we're looking for a 2 will wound, but a 6 will be lovely. Oh, we get a 6, which is fantastic.
So give a demon save.
Yes, you will get your
4+
demon save.
demon save. And I make it.
Which is lucky for you, Matt, because that would be 2d3 plus 6 damage.
Ouch.
Rolling over.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Not a bad showing there from the Land Fortress, though.
Grumney, the Brockier Iron Master now, is going to fire at that Great Unclean One, who, how many wounds is that one?
He's got 3 wounds left.
3
Nearly
wounds
got
left.
him.
Okay, so we do want to kill this as well, because psychic powers can do a lot of damage, I think. So he gets 3 shots with his Graviton rifle. He's hitting on 2s as well with his skill 2, but you've got 2 judgment tokens on you, so any 5 pluses will just be a wound. So we've got 2 hits and 1 wound. This is strength 5, so I think it is a 5, is it, to wound you? So nothing, so just 1 wound.
1 4+ demon save. And that is a save.
Matt is making these demon saves.
I am, yeah, skin in my teeth.
And then we have D4V3, the Ironkin assistant. He has his las beam cutter, which is ordinarily a 9-inch range, but because I am playing as the Emir conglomerate rules, they get an extra, I think it's an extra 4 inches on the range. So he's hitting on a 3+ though, which he hits. This is strength 6, which still needs a 5. It's a wound.
Ooh.
4+ save. Do not make it. How much damage is that?
Just 1 damage from
He's got
the
2 wounds left.
cutter.
Just 1 damage from Dave.
Okay, Khaleesi, Freya the Fierce, is going to fire her Autok combi pattern bolter at the Great Unclean One as well. So she gets 4 shots. She's hitting on a 2+, and again, any to hit rolls of 5s are going to be a wound. So we get 2 wounds straight through, and then a hit. So she needs a 6 now. Strength 4, toughness 9. Are you?
Your toughness 9, yeah.
So no. So just 2 wounds there, Matt.
2 wounds on the Great Unclean One. 4s, or it might be dead. Make them both.
Oh no. Turn 3 and the Nurgle have turned up the resilience. Okay. Hey, okay, this is. I wanted that thing to be dead by now, so we're gonna have to fire the Einherjar champion Lagertha Rockhewer as well. So she has the twin auto. Oh, what was it? The auto pattern combi bolter. So she's hitting on 2s. So we've got 2 wounds and 2 hits, and then 6s. So no, so just 2 wounds there, man.
How much damage do these do?
They only do 1 damage.
So if you make one of these, 4 pluses. I do make one of these, it's got a single wound left.
1 wound left, okay. Okay then, right, it's still there. So what we'll do now is we'll open fire with the Hearthkin Warrior Squad. We'll start with the Magna Rail Cannon, which is just a single shot. Magna Rail Rifle, sorry, so hitting on a 3, it misses. So now what we will do is we will open fire with the Auto Pattern Bolters. So we get 18 shots, so I'll roll these twice. Looking for 3s. Any 5s are going to be a wound, so there are 2 wounds. We can re-roll the 1s, thanks to the Carl. So that's 6 hits there. And we need 6s again to wound, so 2 more wounds. And then I will make another 9 shots. Again, looking for 3s and 5s, really. So we've got 2 more wounds there. Re-roll this 1. And then these, we're looking for 6s to wound. No more wounds, so it's just 6 wounds, Matt.
That's pretty good. So I need to make 6 4+ saves, or the Great Unclean One's dead. Could be done. Ooh, so close.
My days, what a roll.
He takes that 1 wound and disappears back to the warp.
Okay, so charge phase. And I am going to make some charges. I want to thin a few units down here. Now, the thing I'm thinking here, obviously that the fortress can go into these plague bearers there. My Einherjar champion, I'm tempted to charge into the plague bearers, but I think she will struggle against them. I'm hoping she can toughen out and survive the sort of attacks coming back.
It's tough one, isn't it? Because if I kill 2 more units, I win the game.
Yeah, but I'd rather charge than get charged, because she's Lagertha is definitely getting charged next turn.
Well, she's got a good chance of killing some of them. She might be able to tank out the rest of them.
Yeah, so we'll see. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go in with Lagertha Rockhewer. So let's just measure what we need to get in. So I reckon 5 inches,
5
man?
inch charge, yeah.
Okay.
And it's a 6-inch charge. She valiantly runs through the ruins into the plague bearers.
There we go. And I think what we will also do is charge in the Hecaton Land... No, we're not going to charge in the Hecaton Land Fortress. Because I thought, actually, when you charge me, I might be able to get a bit of Overwatch on. So.
It's true.
When the Einherjar champion finishes a charge move, she's equipped with these mass drive accelerators, those big things on her back. So there's a chance she can do some mortal wounds as she barrels into the enemy.
That sounds painful.
Yeah, so basically I have to roll a dice and I have to roll equal to or beat your toughness, but your toughness 6.
That's
so
6, yeah.
We'll see whether I can get any mortal wounds off. Oh,
Ooh,
we do,
okay.
brilliant. So we suffer these 3 mortal wounds. Okay, 1 mortal wound.
Scratches 1 then.
Which is bad because
Yeah, he basically
it's a waste of an
yeah.
attack now. We're going to use a CP on the Einherjar, the Might of the Einherjar stratagem, which will just mean that I'm hitting you on 2s now with these attacks rather than 3s. So she gets 4 attacks with her mass hammer, which would ordinarily be hitting on a 3, but obviously, so okay, we don't really convert any there. So that's 3 hits. These are strength 10, so 3s. So just 2 wounds got through there, Matt.
No, in combat I've got a 5+ save, so let's see if they can survive this. No, so the wounded one dies, and then another one dies.
Yes, D3 plus 3 damage.
So this is a bit of a tough adversary they're facing here, because she's quite... Nurgle are pretty resilient, but she's quite tough to chew through, isn't she?
She is a tank, yeah, so she's toughness 5. Her exo armour means that she reduces the damage of any attack by 1. And she also has a ram shield, which means that any attack made against her, you have to subtract 1 from the wound roll.
Nice. That's maybe an issue, but we'll see if we can just get through on sheer weight of fire. So, hit on 4s. We're really looking for 6s to get those auto wounds through, though. And you know what? There's a few of them there. So we've got 3 auto wounds, and then we need 6s here to wound you, because we normally wound you on 5s, and -1 makes it 6s. So there's a 6 to wound there too. So One of these will be damage 3, the other 3 will be damage 2.
So is that with the reduction of -1 or before?
That's before the reduction.
So we'll do the damage 3 one first. So the AP is 2, did you say?
2 AP, yeah.
So we reduce that by 1 because of void armor, so that will put her on a 3+ save, which she's made. So that's the bigger damage one.
Yep.
These ones will become damage 1 now.
Yep.
Again, we're looking for 3s to save them. She saves them all.
She's done really well there, hasn't she?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so that's all the combat's done then. So it's a pretty interesting fight over there. There's no battle shock for me to take. I think you've got a little bit of battle shock on your plague bearers.
Yeah, so on a 6 these will fail. They're fine. But I think that's a pretty good turn for you though, Jay. You've dealt with all the big threats and pinned down those plague bearers.
Yeah, I've just got to hope now that a Great Unclean One and Soul Grinder don't start too close.
Yeah. So going into my turn 3, I need to do some decisive action against these pesky space dwarfs. So we'll see where the summons come down. So obviously my dead units recycle each turn in this scenario. Let's see where the Soul Grinder goes down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's 5. So it's going down over on this flank. And I think I'm going to put him there where he might be able to start wading into that building. Next up, we've got the Great Unclean One. He's also on that flank, so he's going to join him. I don't know which way he's going to go. He's going to have to go there, I think. And then finally, we've got a unit of Nurglings who is down here, never to see the light of day. So going into the command phase, there's not a lot I can do here. I could give those +1 damage, but I think it's fairly pointless with her kind of absorbing the damage. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is put it on this unit here, because I might be able to use them as a sacrificial unit to just throw at something and do some damage before they respawn next turn.
And that's coming from this gen, isn't it?
That's coming from him, yeah. And then I think we're just going to close in on the Leagues of Votann and see what we can do to them. So, Psychic Phase. I think we need to deal with some stuff here. So, we're going to put Virulent Blessing on the Plague Bearers over here to give them +1 damage. So, that goes off on a 6. Cool. So, they've got that plus the bonus extra damage on a wound of 6. So, they might be able to chip a few wounds off that land fortress, assuming they're not just green goo by the time they end their charge. We're going to put Fleshy Abundance on this unit, because then it's a unit that Jay has to think about. In fact, you know what? I'm going to put it on that unit. Make them toughness 6. That goes off on a 7, which it does. So we've got a buffed up tiny unit of Plague Bearers. And then finally, the Great Unclean One's going to do Nurgle's Rot. So this is the one where potentially he could do a load of mortal wounds to this character. I don't think there's anyone else in range. Goes off on a 7. Unfortunately, it doesn't go off. He's not had much luck with that spell, and Jay's sweating every time I cast it. So yeah, with that done, let's move on to the shooting phase. Okay, so I'm going to start shooting some stuff, and I've got my game head on now. So the Soul Grinder is going to shoot this unit here, because I think if I can take them out, or at least thin them enough to fail Battle Shock, I think I may have the game if I can deal with one more unit. And I'd like to think the Great Unclean One can beat her in a fight, but she has proved very resilient. So we're going to open up with the Phlegm Bombardment from the Soul Grinder into the unit of
Harkin Warriors.
Harkin Warriors. Okay, so he gets D6 shots. It is blast. It's going to get at least 3 here with the size of the unit. And that is 4 shots. That is going to be hitting on 3s. So 3 hits. It is strength 7, toughness 4. Are you?
Toughness 4 for the dwarves.
So 3s. That is only 1 wound. AP -1, 2 damage.
So we ignore the -1. So 4+ save. They're okay.
Well, Jay's odds have suddenly jumped up a little bit here. We have got the big cannon now, the Harvester Cannon, hitting on 3s. They've all hit, and this one's strength 7, but it's still going to be 3s because you're quite tough. So that is 4 at -2. No, sorry, 4 at -1 for this one.
4 at -1. So again, we ignore that. So we're just looking for 4 pluses. We failed 2. I forgot about this rule. We've got a medic in the squad, which means the first failed armor save per round we ignore.
Oh wow!
So we've taken 1 damage.
Okay, that's that potentially changes things a little bit. Well, I have got more guns in the army, so we're going to fire the Great Unclean One at her. Good old Lagatha Christie, whatever her name is.
Lagatha Rockhewer, Shield Maiden of the Neo-Carrot Conglomerate, Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer. Well,
Great Unclean One Vanquisher.
In that case, he's going to vomit on her, A D6 auto hits, 2 auto hits, strength 5, she's toughness 5?
Toughness 5, yeah.
So 4+. That is 1 wound, AP minus 2, 1 damage.
So this will put her on a 3+ save then. She ignores the 1 pipper of AP, so she's okay.
And then we've got D6 plus 3 flail attacks. So that is not many. 4 flail attacks. We are hitting on 3s. That is 2 hits. This is strength 7, so 3s. And that is 1 AP minus 3, 2 damage.
So this will be a 4+ invulnerable save then, which we've made.
Wow, okay, she might survive this. We're going to have to throw demons at things. So, life is cheap. My demons are coming back next turn anyway, so I'm going to throw these plague bearers at that big old tank and try and pin it in place, and maybe do some damage because they're buffed up. So, they've made a 9-inch charge. Do you want to overwatch with that, Jay?
No, we will not be overwatching with the Hekaton Land Fortress.
So they've gone in there. The big soul grinder thing is going to go in against that unit there because he's not very pleased that they're still alive because he was hoping that they'd be dead. Now there's a lot of guns in that unit, Jay. Do they want to take a shot at them?
There's a lot of shots that will come back there, so you'll get 16 bolt shots plus a mag rail cannon, but I don't think there's enough there to do much damage. We're going to keep all of them at command point. Okay,
so does he make the charge? I think that is easily in with 8 inches. So he's going to pop over there. Just squeeze him into the building. And finally, the Great Unclean One against Lagatha.
No Overwatch here.
Let's see if he can do this. 6 inches, should be easily in there. And he's going in against her. So we've got an unlikely fight here, but I think if we can pop off a few wounds off this, and hopefully they survive and that stays stuck in combat with them, that kind of ties up a threat. So they're going to attack him. They're hitting on 4s. You know what? I'm going to use my Warp Storm points, so my entire army hits on +1. So now hitting on 3s, as will everything else, because this is the turn to use it. So 3s, we've got a few 1s, but the 6 auto wounds. And then we're looking for 6s to wound. These 6s will, in addition, cause extra damage, though. And there is a 6 there. So you've got a AP2 damage 2 and an AP2 damage 3 to make.
Okay, so we'll do the damage 3 one first. So this will be a 3+ save for the Land Fortress. It also has void armor. So that was the 3 damage through, and then a 2 damage is saved. So we've taken 3 wounds.
Those plague bearers can be surprisingly scary when they're buffed up, especially when you're doing that additional damage.
Yep.
Cool. So I think what we're going to do next though is the Soul Grinder. This thing is pretty scary. It gets 5 attacks with its Iron Claw. So we are going to hit you on 2s with my Warp Storm. Have you got any tricks you can do here, Joe?
I'm looking furiously through the book, but no, I don't think I have anything that I can use here.
So we're hitting on 2 with the Soul Grinder. That is 4 hits, and this is Strength 18.
So you need
16.
4s to wound then.
4s to wound. So 2s to wound. That is 3. They are AP minus 3.
Luckily, the dwarfs make good armour, so I'm looking for 5s here with their invulnerable saves. And we make 2 of them.
That's pretty good. 2 dead dwarfs.
1 of them, sorry, so 2 dead dwarfs, yep.
It then gets to attack with its Warp Sword. So this is Malefic 2. So these are basically bonus attacks that it gets in addition to the other ones. We're hitting on 2s. Hits with them both. It is Strength 8, which is still 2s, I think.
Yep.
To 2 wounds. That is AP minus 3. There's lots of damage, but you've only got 1 with it.
5 pluses, so we save 1.
You know what? They've done pretty well there.
Lost 4 models there, yeah.
Now they are obviously stuck in combat with him, but I thought he was going to do a lot more than that.
Yeah, I just need to try and survive the battle shock, really, and then I'll be okay.
And obviously we've got the important fight here, though. The Great Unclean One taking on Lagatha. I'll give her a true name in this fight. What's her name?
Lagatha Rockhewer,
Lagatha
Shield Maiden
Rockhewer.
of the Neo-Carrot Conglomerate.
Okay, well she seems like a valiant foe. So, I'm -1 to wound you, is that right?
You're -1 to wound me, and it's -1 damage.
And -1 damage, that could make a difference here. Okay, so we're going to go with the Bile Sword. I'm going to Mighty Strike it as well. So I'm hitting on 2s on 6 dice. And that is quite a few 1s.
Dear.
That's not great. An unmodified hit of 6 automatically wounds, so there's 1 wound. And then strength 8, toughness 5.
Toughness 5.
So 4s to wound you with the -1.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's quite difficult to chew through. That is 2 that have gone through. They are AP -3 and D6 damage each.
So we get a 4+ invulnerable save then. And we make one of them.
Oh, is she, how many wounds has she got?
She has, I think she got 5 wounds.
So a 6
She reduces
would
the
do
damage
it.
by 1.
She reduces the damage by 1.
Looking for a 6 to kill her. That is a 3. She takes 2 damage. Now, it's not over yet, though, because we've got some Nurglings. 7 Nurgling attacks. Could the Nurglings take her down? They're hitting on 2s. There's some misses there. There's a dice down there. And they are only strength 2, so they'll be wounding her on 6s. Nothing, but she has been wounded by the Great Cleveland, but she gets to live another day, which he is not very happy about.
Okay, right. There's still some dwarfs. We know nothing's been killed yet, so this is promising. We're going to start with the Valea's Gift. So the tank is going to make some attacks against those Plague Bearers. Get 6 attacks on its top profile. Looking for 6s to hit. So we've got 2 6s there, and they actually become automatic wounds, Matt.
Yeah, nice.
Because
So
of the judgment token.
5+ demon saves. We could lose some demons here. We do lose some demons. There is only 1 demon left, and we'll leave the champion there because he's got more attacks.
Okay, we'll go with the Hearthkin Warrior Squad next. So these are going to pile in and try and chip a few wounds off the Soul Grinder. So they get 2 attacks each with their sort of plasma knives or whatever they're equipped with, apart from the Thane, who is equipped with a plasma sword. He may actually get an extra attack with the plasma sword. Plasma sword, each time he makes 1 additional attack, so he's going to get 4 attacks. So we'll go with the regular warriors first. So these are hit on 3s. They can reroll 1s thanks to Carlisi Freya the Fierce. So that's not bad. So we've got, unfortunately, you've lost all your judgment tokens now as well. Yeah. So these would have been wounds otherwise. And we're now looking for 6s to wound. Okay, so 2 wounds there.
You're doing really well. 5+ demon save in combat. Doesn't make him how much damage?
Just 1 damage each.
Cool, you're whittling away at it.
And then we've got the plasma sword. So again, these are hitting on 3s. Also can reroll 1s. So 2 hits. And this is strength 5, which I think would make me... oh no, strength user, so strength 4 again, so 6s. 1 more wound from the plasma sword.
They're doing well. No, another one goes through.
Just a point of damage on that.
13 left, unlucky for some. So I'm a bit concerned that she's a bit tougher than she looks. I'm going to use a swarming fly stratagem for 2 CP to make her -1 to hit.
Yeah, and off camera, I'd actually declared I was also using my stratagem Iron Hair Champion to make my Iron Hair Champion +1 to hit, so they cancel each other out. So we're back to hitting on 3s. She gets 4 attacks. Okay, she's hit 3 times, which is great. She is strength 10.
Oh, toughness 9, so 3s.
So that's 2 wounds.
Okay, he may be a big, great and clean one, but he's still got a 5+ save in combat. He makes 1. How much damage is that?
It will be 4 damage.
4 damage, nice. So we've got 18 wounds left. So, disappointing face from the demons. I was hoping the Soul Grinder would do a lot more. I think he was quite unlucky with his attacks. Likewise, the Great and Clean was going into quite a formidable foe.
Yeah.
He managed to tank and reduce a lot of the damage. The Plague Bearers did their job. Is that if he doesn't run away, that, I guess, limited Jay's movement options there a little bit in the next turn. So, on a 6 he'll fail, otherwise he'll pass. He's just fine. But you're going to have some battle shock on your guys as well, aren't you, Jay?
Yeah, so we figured it out. Their Bravery 8, or Leadership 8, sorry. They've lost 4. We've got a debuff from being close to a Nurgle Demon, so we need a 4+ really to keep them in the fight.
4+ over and
4
away.
4+ over and away, sorry, yep, so... Oh, 4+.
So 1 runs.
1 goes.
And I think they're just over half strength, are they?
They're at half strength, 5 models left.
So 1's to run away then.
I'll reroll this one again. So we're okay.
Hold their nerve against the demons. So start turn 4 and it's quite tense. I think I've got potential of killing another unit maybe this turn, but I think Jay's probably got some shenanigans on his turn. I think the real kick is going to be, if I can get a good Warp Storm roll, I might be able to do some tricks of my own. So we're looking for 4s, and that is a very good Warp Storm, 7 charges.
Oh no. Okay, start my command phase then. Khaleesi Frey the First is going to use her Grim Efficiency ability to put a Judgment token down on a unit in line of sight, and it has to be that absolutely dock-off unit that's right in line of sight, the Soul Grinder.
He's a bit of a beast, isn't he?
Not 3, a 1. They come in handy. Grumney, Ironworker, the Brockier Iron Master, can also use his ability, the Brockier, the Multi-Spectral Visor, that's it. You can choose one lead core or lead vehicle unit in range and give it +1 to hit. It's going to put that onto Valea's Gift, the Hecaton Land Fortress. Okay, so start machine phase. We're going to start with Freya the Fierce into the Soul Grinder.
Well, I think the Soul Grinder wants to live because he's got potential of killing a unit there. So I'm going to use Swarming Flies for 2 command points, making -1 to hit.
Okay, so Freya the Fierce is hitting now on 3s rather than 2s. There is a Judgment token on the Soul Grinder, so only 6s will be an automatic wound. We don't get any wounds, but we get 2 hits. Strength 4, so we're looking for 6s. A wound there.
Wow. They've been pretty good with these 6s to wound, haven't they? 4+ demon save makes it.
Okay, we're now going to open up with the Hearthkin Warrior Squad. So these use their stratagem, well-ordered retreat. They're able to fall back and fire with no penalty. So we've got 8 auto pattern bolters that are coming in first. Again, these will be 4s to hit now with the -1.
Hit, yeah.
Any 6s though are also wounds. So we've got 2 wounds, but no 1s to re-roll, but 4 hits, which is like 5 hits in fact. We're now looking for 6s. So that's 3 wounds, Matt.
3 wounds, another 3 4+ demon saves, makes 2 of them. How much damage is that?
Just 1 damage.
1, down to 12 wounds.
And then last but not least, we've got the Magna Rail Rifle, hitting on a 4, it's missed. Okay, right, we'll move along. The Hernkin Pioneers are in range of all their weapons, and I mean these. It just amazes me how many shots these this unit gets. You can take the units to 6.
That's pretty good.
Get a lot of shots. So we're going to start with the bolt shotguns. So there's going to be 6 shots between them. These will be hitting on 4s due to the debuff. But we've got 3 automatic wounds and 2 hits. These are strength 5, so I think 5s.
5s, yeah.
Yep, so just 3 wounds there, Matt.
So another 3 4+ demon saves. Another 1 save, so 2 go through. 2 damage each of these.
No, they're just 1 damage.
So down to 10 wounds. You're chipping away at him.
We've then got the Magna Coil Auto Cannons. So again, looking for 4s or 6s ideally. Oh, okay, we've got 1 automatic wound and a lot of 1s, but luckily they are able to re-roll these thanks to
I was going to say, they core, are they?
their core, yeah.
That's good.
Another wound there and 1 more hit. These are strength 7, so 5s. So 2 wounds there, Matt.
2 4+ demon saves, makes them both.
Okay. And then we've got 9 more shots from the High-Las Rotary Cannon. So we've got 1 automatic wound. We've got a few 1s to re-roll. And then some hits. And these are strength 6, I think. Yep, strength 6. So 5s. So that is 4 saves in total.
Also, these damage 1 as well.
Damage 1, these ones are.
So 4+ saves. Make 1 of them, it's down to 7 wounds.
Okay. Grumney Ironworker now, and his retinue are going to open fire against the Soul Grinder. So Grumney is armed with a Graviton Rifle, gets 3 shots, hitting on 2s normally, 3s with the debuff. So that's 2 hits. These are strength 5, so 5s, nothing from that. And then the last cutter has missed. Okay, so the Hecaton Land Fortress is armed with quite a lot of guns. And what I'm going to do, I think, is shoot 1 Plasma Beamer and the Mater Cannon at the remaining Plague Bearer and hope that's enough to kill it. And then every other weapon then, if I'm able to, will fire at the Soul Grinder.
It's a gamble, but it's worth it because you could kill 2 units here.
Yes. Okay, so we'll go with the one of the Plasma Iron Beamers, sorry. So would ordinarily be hitting on 3s. I've got a +1 thanks to Grumney. However, it's a -1 because I'm shooting into combat. Is that right? Yeah.
That's right.
So we've hit once. Strength 7. So 3s. So that's a wound.
It's a wound, so 4+ demon save. He doesn't make it. 2 damage.
2 damage.
He dies.
Okay, so we've
Gamble paid off.
we've lost a few shots there because I had the 6 shots with the Mater Cannon, but that's not the end of the world. We've got a few weapons still to shoot at the Soul Grinder. So we'll fire the other Iron Beamer. This is hitting on 3s again, +1, -1, thanks to the debuff that Matt's got on there. So we've got 1 automatic wound and a hit. This is strength 7, so needs a 5. So we've got 1 wound there, Matt.
1 wound on the Soul Grinder. 4+. It doesn't make it. How much damage?
2 damage.
Down to 5.
Oh.
We've got 6 shots from the bolt cannons. So we've got 2 automatic wounds and 2 hits. These are strength 6, so they need 5s. So 3 wounds, Matt.
How much damage are these?
These are 2 damage
You
each.
could kill it. 4 plus demon saves, he makes all 3.
Oof, okay. So it comes down to the heavy Magna Rail
Oh
cannon,
no.
which,
We know how this plays out.
3 to hit, it's missed.
It's missed. Of course it did.
I think he needs that looking out when he goes back to the garage.
Yeah, he does. So charge phase. The first thing we're going to do is charging Grungni against the Great Unclean One.
Ooh.
So I think it's only 3 inches there to get in. Only 3 inches, he says, for a dwarf.
Easy, easy.
Grungni's in. Okay, for my next charge, Valea's Gift is coming in. Hopefully.
Against the Great and Clean One.
Okay, against the Soul Grinder.
So I will use the strategy, the command point to shoot it, because why not? We're going to go with the Phlegm Bombardment. Heavy D6. 1 shot. 6. Hits.
Oh.
Okay, cool. Strength 8, toughness 8.
Toughness 8.
So 4 plus. It wounds. AP minus 2, 3 damage.
So this will be a 3+ save for the Land Fortress. Who
Makes
is
it.
okay.
And then it's got its Harvester Cannon. Hit on 6s. 1 hit. Wound on a 5. It does not wound. That's a shame.
Okay, the Land Fortress needs a 4 to get in. Oh, yes, very easily makes it. We're charging everything in down here. So we'll start with the bikes, the Hernkin Pioneers. So I think they need a 2 to get in. So they're in. So that's good. Let's put these in here. Next, we're going to charge in the Hearthkin Warriors, who look like they may need a 4 or a 5.
Can they charge because they retreated this turn?
They can't charge, you're right. They can only shoot. So we'll charge Freya the Fierce.
Are we actually finally charging with this last here now?
Freya's going in, and she's in, so we're okay there. Okay.
So the start of the fight phase, again, I may as well use it before my guys are dead. I can use Swarming Insects for 4 Warp Storm points. Gives my entire army +1 to hit.
Very good. Okay, Grungni's going first. So he is equipped with a Graviton Hammer. He gets 3 attacks. There's no judgment tokens down there, is there? So we're just hitting on 3s. So we've hit twice. He is strength 8, I believe.
Strength 9.
Strength 8, so he needs a 5. So 1 wound.
In combat, it's a 5 plus demon save, which I do not make. How much damage is that?
2 damage.
Down to 16 wounds.
And then his retinue will go in. So we've got D4 V3, the Ironkin assistant, who is going to attack with. He just gets 2 attacks. He hasn't actually got any weapons. So hitting on 3s, 2 wounds, and he is strength 4, so he needs 6s.
2 hits.
So no, 2 hits. Sorry, yeah. So nothing from there. Then we've got the Manipulator Arms. So one of the ecogs is armed with Manipulator Arm and gets an extra attack. Hitting on 4s, so 2 hits. Only strength 3 though, so 6s. 1 wound from the little ecog.
Wow, 5 plus save. He wounds the Great and Clean One.
Wow.
7 damage.
7 damage. 1 damage on
1
the
damage.
Great and Clean One.
And then we have a Plasma Torch, which is actually pretty good. Hits on a 4 though, no misses. That's Grungni done. Okay, the Hernkin Pioneer Squad is going to attack next. So these get between them 10 attacks. The chap with the 2 riders there gets the extra attack. These are hitting on 3s, but 6s will be an automatic wound. They can also, we've got 1 wound, 2 wounds, and they can reroll 1s thanks to Freya the Fierce. Another wound.
3 wounds.
And we've got 5 hits. They are strength 4, so they need 6s. Another wound, so 4 wounds.
You've rolled a lot of 6s today, Jay.
Yeah.
How much damage are these?
Only 1 damage each.
So 5 plus demon save in combat. I saved 2 of them. He's got 3 wounds left.
Okay. What we'll do next then is we will attack with Freya the Fierce, who gets 4 attacks.
She's under here somewhere. There she is.
She is hitting on 2s. She's done 1 automatic wound and 3 hits. Her axe makes her strength 5, so she needs 5s. So 2 wounds in total.
How much damage are these?
These will be 2 damage each.
So he needs to save at least 1 of them. 5 plus demon saves. Nope, he is dead.
Oh, dear.
Does he explode though? On a 6. It does not explode. It goes back to the warp for a second time. Okay, so the sensible thing to do here would probably be kill this unit and stay on target for the objective. But I really want to kill that woman that I'm fighting because she's annoyed me. So, 6 attacks. Hitting on 2s. Let's hope to God I kill her. So that's quite good. We've got 1 auto wound. And then we've got 4. There's strength 8. Which would be 3s normally, but go down to 4s because of their pesky ability. And that's not too bad. We've got 3 saves to make and -3 d6 damage.
So, just a 4+ invulnerable save here. Oh, we failed all 3.
Oh,
So
no.
she's dead, yeah.
She will be dead. She will be dead.
And that is 1 unit away from the demons winning.
Panic stations, Jay. Panic stations!
So it's a bit touch and go here. If I can kill 1 more unit, I win the game, but I've not got much time left to do that. We'll see where the summons come. So the Soul Grinder gets a 4, which unfortunately means it's down at the far end of the table. So he's going to go there, and he's probably going to be too far away to do much this turn. We'll see where the Plague Bearers come down, because they might be able to do something if they land on this one, which they do. So they're going to go there. So we've moved up the stuff. There's been some... The demons deploying on the flank was not a great position for them, unfortunately. I don't think they're going to be able to contribute much to the battle. Again, the Soul Grinder, he could have been doomed with being on the flank to get in again. He's probably out of the battle combat-wise, but he's still got a gun. Everything else is kind of spun around to try and kill this unit, because if I do that, I do win the game. And I think that's my best shot at doing it, because if I give you another turn, I have a defensive wall of Leagues of Votann I probably won't get through. What we're going to try and do to swing the odds in my favour a little bit is some psychic powers, though. So we're going to do the good old classics. Give +1 damage to the Plague Bearer unit on a 6, which goes off on an 11. We'll give them +1 toughness as well, going off on a 7, which goes off as well. And then we'll try the spell that never goes off.
Now, I'm just going to say, Matt, you've rolled really well for both of those spells.
Yeah.
You've left your killer spell till last.
Yeah.
This is ultimately where you roll double 1s and perils.
This is it. So, warp charge 7. It's
there you go.
Off. So, unfortunately, I think it's the magical resilience of the Leagues of Votann stopping.
Praise be the layer.
At the start of the shooting phase, I'm going to use 2 of my last Warp Storm charges to do Wave of Sickness. Basically, a Nurgle rot will affect all Leagues of Votann within 12 inches of demons. On a 6, they'll take D3 mortal wounds, which may just swing things a little bit. So we'll roll for the bikers first. 6. No, nearly. The Land Fortress. Nope. And the little squad that I'm fighting. I could do with having this. No. The Leagues of Votann have got on scot-free, but unfortunately, they're standing next to a giant, great unclean one who is going to vomit on them. He gets D6 vomit shots, 2 auto hits. They are strength 5, toughness 4.
Toughness 4, yeah.
So 3+. That's a 1 and a 2. That's not very good. We're going to go with the Plague Flail next. D6 +3 attacks for 4 attacks. He's tired today, isn't he, the great and clean one?
This is the second time he's been on the battlefield.
It is, yeah. He's hitting on 3s, though. He still misses 1. And this is going to be probably wounding on 2s. Strength 7, 2 wound on 3s.
Toughness 4,
yeah. That is only 1 wound at AP 3.
So we will have to take their 5+ invulnerable saves, which we don't make.
There's 2 damage, if that makes any difference.
Nope. Oh, but we'll take this one off.
The guy that's left has got the plasma torch.
Okay, and then we're going to open up with the Soul Grinder. Soul Grinder is going to shoot the squad that you were shooting earlier. The 5 Half King Warriors, are they?
Half King Warriors, yeah.
So he's going to go with his Plague Bombardment first. Heavy D6. 2. They're 5 models, so I only get 2 shots. Hitting on 3s. That is 2 hits. It is strength 8, toughness 4, 2s. So that is 2 at AP -2.
So these will become 5+ saves. We make them both.
And then 6 shots from the Harvester Cannon. I might not kill this unit this turn. 8 on 3s. There's some misses there. And this is going to be wounding on 3s because it's strength 7. That is 4 at -1, 2 damage.
So 4+ saves. We fail 2 of them. The medic is still in the squad, so we ignore one of those. So 1 has got through and kills a guy.
And you're probably just outside of range of demons as well, so you might not even run.
Kills a dwarf.
Well, that is the shooting phase done. So I think we're going to move on to the charge phase. So I need to kill 1 more unit to win the game. So desperate times, we're just going to send all this into that squad and try and kill them. So we'll go with the Herald first, who gets a 7-inch charge. And then we'll go in with the Plague Bearers, who get a 5-inch charge. Not long, but it's enough to get them into combat.
Efficient.
Okay, so the Plague Bearers are going to go in first. They're hitting on 4s. We're looking for 6s for some auto wounds. Which, you know what? The beat in the leagues are voting at their own game. There's 3 auto wounds. And then I can re-roll the 1s because of the Great and Clean one.
Auto wounding is very popular in 40k at the moment.
It is. You know what? I'm not keen on it as a mechanic, if I'm honest. I don't know. I think it'd be nice to see some different kind of mechanics in the next edition. We're moving on 4s against you. That's not too bad. So we have got 5 AP2 2 damage and 2 AP2 3 damage.
Okay, so the 5 AP2, so these will be 5+ saves.
Oh dear.
And we fell 4 of them. They were 2 damage each, were they?
Yep.
Which is going to kill him, kill him, kill him, and leave him with 2 wounds left. 5+ is... Nope.
Oh dear.
And that is him dead.
Unfortunately, Jay, that is all of the units required for Matt to kill now dead. Time to wrap up this battle. With Grungni Ironworker now deceased, unfortunately, Jay, you have lost this battle. It's victory to the forces of Nurgle. However, as Grungni falls to the ground, a dropship picks up the remaining Votann and takes them off to safety. Now, this will have implications in the next Crusade battle report, but have no fear, Jay, for assistance is coming. Yeah, we'll have to see how that affects the narrative of the next battle. Guys, this has been great fun. We have got some injury rolls to do, so we're not quite finished, but it is victory to the demons of Nurgle. So the battle is over, and it is time to roll for casualties. Now, pre-game, pre-campaign really, we agreed that for Matt and his Nurgle, with them coming back, he's only going to have to roll for his characters. And he only actually lost 1 in this battle, and that's the Great and Clean one, who we'll go to last. However, Jay has lost a few units here. So we're going to start down here. Is this your Thunderkin, Jay?
The the Thunderkin Warriors, yeah.
So we see if they get an injury.
They do.
Oh, they do. Do you want to roll?
Roll a d6.
A 6.
It's a 6.
So Mark of Shame, they're unaffected by aura abilities of any friendly units. That's a fittingly dwarf one.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
We're going to move on to the legend. Is this a legend? Oh no, this is a more normal warrior, isn't it?
The Halfkin Warriors.
They're okay.
Okay.
Lagatha?
Lagfer Rockhewer. Close. And Grungni Ironworker is okay.
Is okay. So Matt, it's just your Great Unclean one now.
Well, he's died nearly 2 times during this battle, so
Yeah.
Let's see. 6, no, he's fine.
No, it's absolutely fine. So just the one casualty to take into the next battle. There is one final thing we need to do, and that is choose the Mark for Greatness from this battle. So, in a slight twist for this Crusade campaign, we're going to let Matt and Jay pick a model from the opposition's army as to be marked for greatness based on their performance in the game. So we're going to go to you first, Jay, and ask which of Matt's Nurgle units you would mark for greatness.
Well, the Nurglings, they didn't do much. They weren't even that annoying, actually, I don't think. The Plague Bearers, I think I neutralised quite well. The Great and Clean one had potential to do a lot of damage, but it just couldn't get those magic powers off. Those psychic powers were just not working for it. I think that the unit on Matt's army that did consistently well was the Soul Grinder. It did a lot of damage in its first life. It came in off on the board age, got the charge. It was unlucky he didn't cut through the Halfkin Warriors. He soaked up a lot of firepower in the following shooting turn, and I had to basically commit the rest of my army basically to bringing it down.
It's toughness combined with the warp storm and the stratagems and the various ways, which there's a few of to make him -1 to hit, did scupper some of your plans as well.
Yeah, so I'm going to give it to this Soul Grinder. Does it have a name, Soul Grinder?
It will have a name. You've not learnt its true name yet, though. But I think I'm going to pick a dwarf for this battle, and it could only be one person really, and that's Lagatha Stonehewer? Rockhewer. She did amazing. I mean, she took on that unit of Plague Bearers. I thought that they'd kill her, and then she took on a Great Unclean One, and I thought that'd kill her, and she was fine. So she did really, really well, and
Epitomises what it is to be a dwarf, really.
yeah, stoically standing in front of the entire army as the rest of the people got to safety, sacrificing her life so her fellow kin could get away, and I think she deserves the award.
Excellent stuff. So I hope you've enjoyed this first battle in our Crusade campaign. You will be able to download the pack as we play this Crusade over on spruesandbrews.com. Check out the YouTube right up below for further details on that, and also keep an eye on our other videos as well. We've got lots of content coming out, lots to keep you busy whilst you're painting and hobbying.
If you would like to support the site and help us do more battle reports like this, then why not buy your miniatures through our affiliate, Element Games? There is a link in the description of the video. Follow that and you'll help out the site.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be back with another battle report very soon. Until then, happy hobbying, and we'll speak to you all again very soon. Bye.
Bye.